Welcome to Technology with Mike. This show is a proud member of the Tech Podcast Network at techpodcast.com. If it's tech, it's here. Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook at audiblepodcast.com/techwithmike. Over 75,000 titles to choose from for your iPod or MP3 player. Visit audiblepodcast.com/techwithmike for your free book today. And now for your host, Mike Tartaglia. Hello, hello, hello. It's time for Technology with Mike. That would be me. From Central Massachusetts, I am Mike Tartaglia. And welcome to the show. I'm here to make technology and the internet easier to understand. This is show number 81. It's 81, recorded on Thursday, December 16, 2010. This is a special show today. Thank you for listening and downloading the show each and every week. I really do appreciate it. If you need to contact me directly, you can send me an email at techwithmike@gmail.com. And then you can also follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/techwithmike or just at techwithmike. On the social media super site, chum.ly/techwithmike. And our Facebook fan page, facebook.com/techwithmike. And you can also subscribe to the show via iTunes or the Zune Marketplace. You can see past shows by going to techwithmike.mevio.com. That's where we have all our past videos. And you can also go to techwithmike.com to see them as well. You can contact us on our voicemail system. The phone number for that is 508-372-0123. Leave us a message with suggestions, show topics, anything you want me to talk about, in future shows, any tips you may have for people on the internet or computing. Or if you just want to say hi, go ahead. I'll play it on the air and have people hear you. Okay, so that's my introduction for the show. I want to introduce a really special guest. It's a person who's he's a CTO and co-founder of Jelli. His name is Jatin Parekh. Hi, Jatin. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am awesome. I am so excited to have you on right now. I can't explain how excited I am. But and we'll get into that why. I mean, just because the product that you have is phenomenal, I think, in my eyes. But maybe you could tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started with Jelli.
Sure, absolutely. So a little bit about myself. I'm a technology guy. I'm a gadget freak, and I love taking everyday things and reinventing them by hooking them up to the web and digital media and digital content. I've been doing that for almost 16 years now. Prior to Jelli, I was the first employee recruited by the executive team of Amazon to build the Amazon Kindle. Oh, and nice. Prior to that, I also built and architected the very first digital video recorder for a company called Replay TV.
Replay TV! So, I still have two of those.
I love it. That's fantastic.
They work. They just work. And I have one that has a lifetime membership and one that has a monthly, but it's awesome. I love Replay. It integrates with I have it integrated with my computers at home as well.
Fantastic. Well, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into that.
Oh, I'm sure. I don't know why.
So here we are at Jelli, doing it all over again and having a blast.
Well, so let's talk about Jelli. What is Jelli?
So Jelli is the next generation radio platform. It enables listeners and communities to vote in real time for the music they want to hear on the airwaves.
And this is what I love about it. So is it? Well, one question I have, and it wasn't really on my list, but when you say music, is this radio music or is it music? How is that being produced?
Right. So that's the cool thing about our platform. So when it comes to production, it's the technology that actually puts all of this music together, makes it sound like a seamless, nice radio broadcast. When we talk about radio, by the way, here, we talk about terrestrial, digital, and analog. We talk about radio that's being delivered to your browser as well as mobile. So the goal for us, and what makes us very different from all other music services that you're probably familiar with online, is we do the one-to-many broadcast. So it's a shared experience where users jump in a very social manner get to shape a playlist that other users are listening to. It's kind of analogous to going to a bar and plugging a jukebox with money. You're surrounded by a lot of people, and you get to hear music you like, and you get to hear the music they like, and all of you are influencing the experience of everyone in that location.
Okay, so so I was playing around. I don't have a way to show it on video, the app, but it's great because I have there's a channel on there for the music that I grew up with, the '80s, and so I'm still really learning about Jelli, but how does it actually work? So if say you're listening, and if you can explain maybe I can show us on the camera or something how this actually works and what are people going to see, and I'll actually also show the website as well.
Yeah, so the basic functionality of Jelli is pretty straightforward. I mean, you can use either your browser or your iPhone. Today, those are the two primary clients we have that support our platform. There'll be more coming down the road, as you can imagine. And the way it works is you basically log into www.jelli.com. You register, or if you're already a registered user, you can log in. You select the station that you want to actually interact with. So it can be a broadcast station. We also have a number of online-only direct-to-consumer streams that are available. Right now, for example, we have a holiday station where people are getting their fill of Christmas music, as you can imagine.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I like that.
So once you're in there and you selected a station, then you're there shaping the playlist with the community that's also listening to that particular channel. What you'll notice right away is there's a giant now playing cover art that tells you about the song that's actually playing at that moment.
Yeah.
Right underneath that is a very social element of our service where users can jump in and chat in real time about anything, whether it's the music. Now, this is on the web experience, not on the iPhone yet.
Okay. There's playing right now.
Exactly. Now. And then excellent. You can, as you notice, we actually do deliver a stream to the iPhone as well.
Yeah.
Or you can turn that stream off and actually listen on the airwaves. So I've had a situation where I was walking around in Las Vegas and I was able to rocket up a song and hear it over in the establishment I was at.
Well, you mentioned
cool.
You mentioned rocket up a song. Now,
yes.
If I never opened up this application, I would be like, "What is he talking about?" And I love this feature. Can you explain what that is and how that works?
Absolutely. So the way that people can actually influence the playlist is either by basic voting. You can vote songs up, you can vote them down. And that kind of nudges songs up and down in an ordered playlist. The other way is if you just are impatient, you can use one of your limited power-ups to get a song that just doesn't have enough votes. And it's one of the first gaming elements we've built into the platform where you have the ability to rocket your song to the very top of the list. And what ends up happening is it just boosts this score, and the users in the community then have the ability to, again, either vote it up or vote it down. If they vote it up, it's probably going to get played. When it actually hits the airwaves or actually gets played online, you're going to get attributions. Your screen name will get read out on the airwaves,
yeah, I noticed
followed
that.
by your actual song.
I was like, it says, if you don't like this song, then you blame Mike Tartaglia.
There you go.
I'm like, hey, wait a second.
Trust me, I would not hate your song if it's 80s.
Yeah. No, it is a game though. You mentioned it being like some sort of a type of a game, and it really is because I had this one person who was voting for all these songs that I mean, it wasn't my taste of songs, but it was the 80s. And I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Leave that alone. And now my phone's ringing in the house. I apologize for that. I'm going to have to hang up on him. Sorry. Okay. So, yeah. So I was like, why are you putting these songs on here? I don't like that band. And so I voted mine up, and I rocketed one up just to make him mad. You get under people's skin with this thing.
That's right. The other gaming element, there's a couple other interesting elements we have, but another gaming element we have, which is really fun, is the opposite of the rocket. We have the bomb.
Oh, yeah.
And the way that works is if something moves up to the top of the list or a song is rocketed to the top of the list that you really, really do not want to hear, you can use one of your limited bombs to actually clear the score and push that song to the very bottom of the queue.
Well, this is like almost all request type of a station.
That's right. That's right. It's really fun. I mean, it's interesting. It's a new experience that's never been done on radio before, and the ability to have rock blocks, based around subjects or current events or ironic blocks, whatever it is something you can do with Jelli that you really can't do with other services. I'm a huge fan of a lot of these personalized music services online as well, but it's rare for me to actually laugh at the music that's actually playing.
Yeah.
It's just the way that they're being pieced together.
Yeah.
But it's amazing when you get a community of music heads and people who are passionate about music together, what they can actually do with a real-time playlist.
So, I mean, I know, like, I'm getting a little echo here. There's other places out there, like, we'll mention Pandora is probably a competitor. And they use a special algorithm on how to determine, what songs you like. Does Jelli do any type of algorithms to determine this? I mean, or they just go by voting?
We go completely by voting. It's completely driven by the users. So Pandora does a phenomenal job of characterizing songs and making suggestions. We also, on the opposite side, which is kind of where I put Jelli, is I find that some of the best music and discovery I find when it comes to books, music, or videos is from my friends.
Yeah.
And sometimes people just do such a great job of curating any of those types of media and making recommendations. So what we did is we didn't put any algorithms behind Jelli in the sense of choosing and suggesting music. We're allowing the actual humans and the people behind the broadcast to do that.
The way it should be. The way it should be. So if just one quick thing is your monitor is a little bit too low. So if you can bring it so your head's more top there, so we can see your full face. Sometimes I only see your.
Yeah. How's that?
That's much better. Much better. Sorry about that. I just wanted to make sure people can see who you are and you're getting your fair shake on this. So here's one question: how are you changing traditional radio in the sense of this?
So I think the way that we're changing traditional radio is we are building a platform that has just never been done on traditional radio. For the first time ever, there's some new experiences and opportunities by hooking the web up to traditional radio that are going to create just a whole new way of thinking about radio in the future. So in many ways, we joke about it internally that we're kind of reversing the aging process of radio.
Okay.
A lot of the people who love Jelli and participate, or even passive listeners on the airwaves, are people who are very comfortable with online services, interacting, the transparency, being able to have fun gaming elements built on top of whatever they're using, whatever the site is. For the first time now, they can actually do this on broadcast, and we think it's a tool and a platform that's never been done before in radio, and Jelli is for the first time delivering this and evolving it.
Now, does are there other social aspects like connecting with Facebook or something like that and sharing what you're listening to?
Absolutely. So we have Facebook Connect. You can actually log into Jelli using your Facebook credentials.
Okay.
You can also, based on your preferences, have the ability to publish feeds to your Facebook profile. Oh. So you can see when your friends are rocketing up songs or bombing songs or getting songs on the airwaves.
I love it. That's
which
awesome.
Is really fun. Yeah. I've been outed a few times accidentally as to some songs I probably should not have rocketed up, which my friends still make fun of me for.
Yeah, you got to watch out what you rocket up because everyone's going to see it, right? No, but that's right. But that's great because you're bringing radio into the social platform. That's
absolutely right. That's actually we're adding a new layer on top of radio, right? Yeah. We're taking what radio does well, which was social and local communities, and we're basically adding a little gas to that fire.
Yeah, a little. It's rocket gas, rocket fuel. So we got. You mentioned you have the iPhone app. Are you planning on doing any type of other mobile devices out there? Because I know you got Android out there. People are probably whining about right now, right?
Absolutely. I probably get about 2 emails a week from friends saying, "Where's the Droid app?"
Yeah.
So absolutely, mobile is a huge part of our future. The iPhone has been phenomenal. We just released it fairly recently, within the last 5 weeks or so. Apple did just a phenomenal job of pushing it up to new and noteworthy in their Apple iPhone apps section, and I think it moved up the charts quite a bit. So a lot of people have been downloading the app, playing with it, and we've just been getting a lot of great press and feedback. So riding on top of that, we absolutely plan to jump onto other mobile experiences as well.
Okay, so you can actually, you know what? To be honest with you, I never even went to the website to actually listen to music. But yeah, look at that. And it has the station I listen to. You got the Sucks and Rocks. That's awesome. Guns N' Roses.
A cool point about the Sucks and Rocks, by the way, it's a really interesting feature. It was controversial at first. It doesn't get used very often, but if a song actually starts playing on the airwaves and a majority of the listeners decide they don't like that song and hit sucks, if that meter hits all the way to the left, that song gets pulled off the airwaves in real time.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. That's powerful. It's very powerful.
Very powerful.
Well, this is Guns N' Roses, so I'm going to click on Rocks. That's right. I'm 80s.
Good choice.
Wow, that is so cool. So cool. So, what other? I had a lot of questions here. Just got to find them all now. My notes seem to have dwindled down here. So how do air personalities fit into Jelli?
Yeah, that's a great question. A lot of people initially, when we launched Jelli, were thinking, "Oh, all these DJs are going to be out of work,
yeah, I know,
hosts, etc." But it's actually quite the contrary. Some of the best performing stations we have today have on-air personalities. And one of the things, we learned very quickly is, not 100% of the listeners can be on Jelli, whether in front of a browser or in their iPhone, right? So there's still a large majority of people who listen very passively to Jelli. They love the experience and the sound. But what the on-air personalities do a phenomenal job of is connecting what's going on online in that chat window, for example, to the passive listeners who are listening in their car, for example.
Oh, okay. So oh my God, I love this. And I got it on, my wife has it on her iPhone. I'm telling everybody at work about it. And it's amazing. And it costs the users nothing, right? I
mean, that's right. Exactly. It's a free music service. How can you go wrong?
I know. I mean, how does Jelli make their money? Are there ads?
So we don't have ads today on our website or online. We might in the future. It's one of those things that we'll have to consider as we evolve. But in the short term, we get paid just like programming. So similar to how radio stations pay for programming today through syndication firms, for example, we get paid for programming their stations during the blocks of time that they put us on the airwaves.
Oh, Cherry Pie by Warren's on. I'm going to have to rocket that up. bringing back the 80s, man. I'm bringing it back. I see it's going to the right a little bit there, so no one's taking that off the air. Oh man, this is awesome. So what are the plans for Jelli in the future? What's going on?
So we have a long list of features coming out. As you can imagine, mobile is very big for our future. Social, we're going to continue to evolve the features when it comes to social. Gaming is another area that we've always thought about would be fun to be able to play a video game on the airwaves.
Yeah.
So we're getting a lot of requests, and in fact, in the spirit of voting and transparency, you can actually go to any of the stations and start looking at the feature requests that we get from users. So there's all sorts of really interesting creative ideas. We take all of that stuff into account and we prioritize it here. But I think, we've got enough work probably for the next 4 years.
Well, Jatin, thank you very much for coming on today. I really do appreciate it.
My pleasure.
So, if anything new comes up with Jelli, feel free to give me a call or email me and we'll get you back on. And I absolutely love this. I might even call you in a few more months just to get you back on myself. So
absolutely. Would love to hear your feedback and I'd be happy to come back on.
Okay, great. Thank you very much again. You have a good evening.
You too. Take care.
Okay. That was Jatin Parekh, the CTO of Jelli. It was really exciting. I absolutely love this thing, but I want to get into some more things I want to talk about quickly. But before I talk about anything else, I need to talk about our sponsors, the people that pay the bills, and that is audible.com. They're the leading provider of downloadable digital audiobooks and spoken word entertainment. A really cool service because what you can do is say you want to read a book, but no one ever has time to sit down and read a book anymore. I know we talked about how Jatin said he helped develop the Kindle, but and it's a great device. But if you're driving, if you're working out in a gym, you can't. I hope you're not reading a book while you're driving. If you like to be able to dive into a book, audible.com is a place to be. You can get any type of book from all different types of genres. Today they're offering the Gulliver's Travels, that classic by Jonathan Swift. It's narrated by David Hyde Pierce. It could be yours free if you go to audiblepodcast.com/techwithmike. Go to audiblepodcast.com/techwithmike and get this book or one of their other 75,000 titles absolutely free if you try for 2 weeks. If you decide not to stay with Audible, which I know you're gonna, because it's an awesome service, if you decide not to stay with them, you get to keep that book, no questions asked. So go to audiblepodcast.com/techwithmike. Thank you very much. Now, a couple things I want to talk about is Google Chrome OS. That's right around the corner. It's right around the corner. This will be released, I think. But they want people to test something. And this is really cool because I heard this on one of Leo Laporte's podcasts. So I said, okay, I'm going to go try it out, check it out. They're giving away free netbook or free netbooks to a bunch of people who apply. If you go to, let me show this on the screen. If you go to Google, www.google.com/Chrome Notebook, you'll go there and then you can click on the apply for pilot program. And what this is going to do is they're going to sign you up. It says right here, the Chrome operating system is a work in progress. We're looking for the right users to try it out. Each participant in the pilot program will receive a CR48 Chrome notebook. So a notebook computer. They're going to send you a notebook. Who does that? What company does that, right? So go there, go to google.com/Chrome Notebook, go to the pilot program and sign up. And maybe you'll get one. I don't know. I think this is a great idea, especially to get the word out and to test the product. I don't see other people with OSs doing this. So go there and check it out, see what you like. Now, I also have a top 10 list. I got this from, I got an email from my newsletter I get from gdgt.com. That's Gadget. If you remember a while back, we had Peter Rojas on the show, and I love the site where you can go and share your gadgets. You know, tell people about the gadgets you own, the gadgets you want, the gadgets you used to have, and then you can have discussions about all these different types of gadgets. Well, they send me a list of the top 10 gadgets that people want in 2010, and I wanted to share. Well, they sent me a top 20, but I wasn't going to share all 20. I'll share the top 10, starting with number 10. Number 10 would be the Apple TV. It's a second generation one. So a lot of people, you know, the top 10 is the 10th one people want is the Apple TV, the second generation. Cool device. I personally like the Roku, but then again, I haven't put it in my gadgets on GDGT to share with people, but I will. I'm gonna do that tonight. Then there's a Sonos Zone Player S5. This is audio for different parts of your house, and I believe you can control it from your iPad and all that neat stuff. The next, number 8, is the HTC Evo 4G. It's a smartphone made by HTC, really popular on the site, on the gadget site. Number 7 is the Apple iPhone 3GS. Can you believe that? The iPhone 3GS is still in the top 10 of what people want, not what they have, but what they want. I found that very interesting. And then the next, number 6, is the Boxy Box by D-Link. And what that is, it's like, you know, it's a streaming, it's internet streaming media device. Sits on top of your TV, made by D-Link. Boxy Box, BOXEE box by D-Link. Number 5 is the Sony PlayStation 3 Slim model. This is the 5th thing that people want mostly on Gadget site. Number 4 is the Xbox 360. I love the 360. That's what I play. I don't own a Sony PlayStation. I mean, I have a Wii. The kids use the Wii mostly. So I use the 360 whenever I play games, at least, whenever I have time. The next, number 3, is HTC Google Nexus One, and that That was a phone that came out, I think, earlier this year, or maybe ending of last year. I forget. But really popular phone. The number 2 thing that people want on Gadget, on gdgt.com, is the Apple iPhone 4, which now it makes sense. People want that. Maybe because the iPhone wasn't available for a while, so people decided to want 3GS. I don't know. I still don't understand how that got in there as well, but Apple's popular. And then in number 1, if anybody can guess, I'll count down 5, 4. Come on, guess. 3, 2, 1. The Apple iPad is number 1 at GDGT for the one that people want. I have one. I love the iPad, so I highly recommend it. I mean, especially if you're an Apple fanboy. But if you are an Apple fanboy, you probably already have one. Okay, well, you know what? That's all I have for today. And just a reminder for everybody, if you know a startup on the internet or anything, technology-wise, have them send me an email at techwithmike@gmail.com. And we'll get them on because I'd like to see new and innovative services like Jelli. Remember, go to jelli.net to sign up for free music. And you can vote for it. You can't beat that, man. Okay. Well, techwithmike.com, twitter.com/techwithmike, chum.ly/techwithmike, facebook.com/techwithmike. And until next time, help you later.